What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Eric from the SDN Podcast. I'm here today with a special guest, my boy, my SummerSlam partner, Percy. What's going on, Percy?
Yeah, what's good? Finally glad to join the STM podcast. Really wanted to represent, really want to talk about WrestleMania, so I'm so glad to have me on.
Bro, it's a pleasure. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. So, bro, let's talk about this main event. Tomorrow, we'll
Yes,
take care of the whole show, both nights, but tonight, let's just talk about that main event. That main event was freaking insane. Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins. Yo, it- it- let's talk. Talk to me,
listen,
brother.
listen, listen. First of all, let's start with the entrances because I was definitely one that was sitting there going, my man, my tribal chief's not coming out last. And then when you got Living Color there, I mean, that to me, it shut me up quick. That was amazing. It was a great entrance. Seth Rollins coming out in the all white again, like he winked at Vince McMahon from the sidelines. Amazing. Definitely a great entrance. I love the start. All that was just amazing. A great start to the match.
It was great. I actually thought that I've been having issues with my Wi-Fi all day, and Seth is out there, throwing fire and all this stuff. Next thing I know, my screen goes completely black, and I'm like, "Here we go, freaking again." And it was when he was changing, but yeah, no. Like we were discussing in the via text, we were like, Roman Reigns not coming out last, and Living
Right.
Color, and I was like, yo, it took me back to WrestleMania 29 in MetLife Stadium when they came out, CM Punk versus The Undertaker, bro. To me, that was one of Taker's best matches at WrestleMania with CM
Yeah,
Punk. Um,
absolutely.
but let's jump right into it, man. This main event was one of the best main events that I've seen in a long time. Uh, the card was a little, but we'll get into that tomorrow. But it just had everything: the false finishes, the all the spears, GTS, the current stops, and all this stuff. Dude, it was great. It was great.
I think it definitely mirrored a lot of what Night One at WrestleMania 40 was. They started off in the crowd, and obviously they worked their way back around into the match. What I really love when it comes to a triple threat like this is all three guys were involved the entire time. There
Yeah.
wasn't that time where the one guy rolls out and it's just a one-on-one match. All three were in there constantly. You already mentioned it. So many finishers and false finishes. You never felt like it was going to be over until Paul got himself involved. But speaking of Paul, I love his interactions throughout the entire match. Before we get to the finish, sitting down, the frozen face that he had, he really sold the magnitude of the match that we were in. And when you talk about the entire card and you lead up to this main event, it really crescendoed with what we watched. Great matches, not great matches, but great moves. They pulled out so many different power moves that we hadn't seen before. Double buckle bombs, pedigrees into curb stomps. So many great false finishes before we got to the finish. It really lit it up. And then you talk about when you get to the finish when you have the spear leading. Oh, sorry, you had the GTS leading into the spear, leading into the curb stomp. Just amazing, absolutely amazing. And then you talk about Paul Heyman. So I don't want to ruin it. I'll let you talk about it first, and I'll give you everything I got.
So before we get there, exactly at that moment where you just described, when all three of them were laying on the ground, I went, "Here comes Brock Lesnar." I don't know why.
Yo, if that music would have hit, that would have been lit. I would have absolutely died for that.
I think the fans in Allegiant Stadium would have gone absolutely insane with that. But or they could have really just hated it. But no, I think it would have been phenomenal. I think it would have been great. But like you said, the whole match was just this back and forth, and all this, and then out of nowhere, you can see Paul Heyman starting to walk towards the where they have the belt and the ring announcers are sitting, and he grabs that chair. What a moment when he
Yeah,
just
yeah.
gave the chair to CM Punk. I'm like, oh, okay, hold on. I'm like, and then as soon as he started climbing in, I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go. And I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Because he don't normally get in the ring.
The moment he got into the ring, I knew it was coming. And then when Roman went like this and put him behind me, I'm like, he just set him up. Here we go. It's a done deal. Take it from there. Give me your opinions.
First of all, I loved it. I love the setup for it. They really did an amazing job of selling it. It was a little bit of a situation where you called it. First of all, let me easily acknowledge the fact that you called it. You said Seth was going to win and walk out of there with Paul Heyman. So please let me, acknowledge, it is, the man who called it. So that's absolutely. But the way they unfolded it was amazing. I've always said that about WWE, especially under Triple H. The ability to take what you already know is going to happen and tell you, I'm going to give it to you in a way that you still didn't expect it. So truly a great way of showing the ending. Obviously, the low blow to CM Punk. And first of all, give Paul Heyman an Oscar, an Emmy, Academy Award, something. Because he was like, oh, you made me do it. You made me do it. He gets on a knee, hands the Roman the chair. Roman goes to work on CM Punk. Then he takes the glide behind Roman. And then he gives him one. I don't know if you saw it. He gives him the wiggle. Wiggles it in there, really let him know. This is for all those times. This is for that 6 months you abandoned me. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, friend.
There you go.
And then and I love Seth Rollins. He never turns around. Obviously, he's watching on the big screen, but he never turns around. He completely understands what's happening behind him. Then he pulls the Roman Reigns and sticks his hand out for them. I mean, just absolutely great cinema. I hate that word. We use it so much. But this, again, when it comes about the main event of WrestleMania, true cinema. And then obviously, the chair shot to Roman Reigns, followed by the curb stomp, puts it away. And I love that he put just small things I love. He puts his hand over his face, looks it dead in the camera, and just lets you know it's a new era. And I'm the new Paul Heyman guy. Absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal. Great finish. All the great camera work they did to make sure they captured it perfectly. And then the final shot with him standing there and Paul Heyman's over his shoulders. Just phenomenal ending. Great job. I mean, no matter what you think about the show, the rest of the matches, that main event, particularly that finale, wow, perfect. Couldn't ask for anything better. Truly great way to end the night.
It was beautiful. Yeah. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Listen, we got a new Paul Heyman guy.
Yep.
Where did you see this going now?
That's intriguing because, first of all, I give Seth Rollins credit. For the last week or so, he's really told us this was going to happen. He told us that Paul Heyman owed him a favor. He told us that there's no way you can let Roman win because he's going away. There's no way you can let CM Punk win because he's already gone away, and you're only rewarding that. I'm doing this for the betterment of the business. I'm doing what's best for business. I'm doing it so the business can live on. And so if you want that to be the ideology, well, it depends on what happens tomorrow night in the main event. But I could truly see him going through a war with Roman Reigns, potentially another war with CM Punk. But I think it ends with him taking the title from Jey Uso, if not SummerSlam, most likely. I feel like that's where it has to go because Paul Heyman doesn't represent losers. He doesn't represent the not champion. Whoever he's representing, whether it was Big Show, Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, it doesn't matter. They were the champion, and if you weren't the champion, you weren't his for very long. So I think that at the end of the day, it finishes with him taking the title away from Jey Uso, the main event man himself.
I got nothing else to say. You cover everything. I was going to say the same thing. Paul Heyman associated himself with winners. So we were going to see Seth Rollins win another world title. Speaking of,
absolutely,
you mentioned something. You said SummerSlam.
Oh, yeah.
SummerSlam tickets go on sale on the 1st. Right here in Jersey. What do you say?
Listen, man, I'm going to tell you something right now. I got a check-ins in the savings. All my money's in my savings. Take 3 business days to get to my check-ins. But I'm going to figure it out. I really want to go. I've gone the last 2 years. And so I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going based upon if I can get some tickets. But, if they start charging them European prices, oh boy, listen.
No.
Listen, I can't take out a mortgage.
All right, brother. Listen, tomorrow's going to be fun. I know it's going to be fun. Let's do this again tomorrow, all right?
So much fun. Thank you for having me, man. I greatly appreciate you. Please have a good night.
Peace.
Peace.